For the second jam, it's going to be a rock thing. It's going to be an A minor. So we're playing all the same notes that we've been reading, of course. We're going to be working with our elements that we've been working throughout the course. Most notably, we have some repeat signs, and we're doing something in here we have not seen yet, but check it out. Let's look at the chart. Look at the first system. We see a repeat sign at the end of the first bar. Actually, the first system is made up of just 2 bars, but it's still 4 bars long. Look at the repeat sign, and above it, it says 3x, which means 3 times. That means you're going to repeat 3 times. So if you see a repeat sign by itself, that means just repeat it once, always, absolutely no doubt about it. If you are to be directed to play something or repeat something more than once, that number will be shown just like that with an X next to it. So it could be 3 times, it could be 437 times. That's how it's going to be shown. So we see that in the chart 2 times. We see it here in the first system, and we see it down in the 5th system. And by the way, taking a quick look at this, you're playing the same exact thing at that point. So when you see it the first time, you deal with it, you read it, you play it. When you get there the second time, you're that much more familiar with it. There's a lot of pattern in this chart that we're reading here and stuff. So take advantage of that. We have our rests coming back in. And as a producer, I'll tell you, look for those big whole note rests. There's some fun stuff in the drums. But also as a reader, as a sight reader, as a player, feel the chart. As that's happening, it kind of, it makes sense. There's 2 bar rest. I bet you something's going to happen there. Well, it does. And that helps you keep track of where things are. So even though you're counting 4, you can also feel the 4 because something's happening in the track that, the space is being taken up in a good way where you're not playing and there's something fun that's happening. Altogether, it's helping you keep it all together. Okay, so here we go. It's going to be 103 beats per minute. We're not going to repeat the whole thing. We're just going to repeat in those 2 junctures that we're directed to. And we're going to rock this out. So I'm going to count in, and then we're off. 3, 4. So with those repeats, where we repeat 1 bar 3 times, the whole thing comes out to be 32 bars. Some fun stuff in there. And as I said, with those 2 instances where you have whole note rest, you could feel the drums filling in the space and also bringing you back in. And the second time around, you hear Steve's bass fill come in doing the same thing. And I think even I threw in another rhythm guitar thing in the main track. And again, it's helping you feel 4 and giving you a sense of the flow of everything. And that totally comes in and influences and helps how you read, keeping you in the chart and also playing the chart in a way where you're playing instead of just reading it dry. That's not the point. Okay, 1 more to go. Let's get to a fun funk jam in D minor.